What if fear of the truth didn't hold us back?
Instead of having to do the research yourself, we've done it for you. Tune in each week as real moms drop some truth bombs.
Answers start now.
Hey moms, it's your favorite truth moms, Brittainy and Courtney, and we are here today. We got a lot to talk about. Last week we were talking about parenting styles and techniques, and we were discussing what type of parent we are, we're not. Then we got through a little bit of a conversation on how parents, whether you mesh with certain parents or you don't, and how you maneuver those relationships. And so today we decided we wanted to bring it back kind of in that same style of finding your tribe.
Yes.
And I think that we self-proclaim that we're scrunchy for a lot of reasons. Courtney and I share a similar love of less crap in our food.
Yes.
But we do love the modern amenities, and every once in a while, you have a gas station biscuit. But for our kids, we want better. And so, we go the organic route. We try to limit screen time. We have our kids doing many more physical activities and kind of out in the world.
Throw them outside without shoes.
Right. The grounding techniques, having gardens.
Montessori.
Right.
Yeah.
But we recognize too, in the millions of Americans that have voted in this election, that there are moms with very different values. And when you get to a playground or a play date or you're meeting moms in a community, not everybody vibes and jives the same.
Yes.
And so I think it's really important to know who you are as a person and as a parent. And just because you have two kids that get along doesn't mean that you have to get along with the parents. Doesn't mean that they're your tribe. Doesn't mean that they are your friends, but maybe there's a way to find those people. And so that's what we're doing in today's episode.
Yeah. I feel like it's actually a recent thing that I've kind of cultivated, just having a more scrunchier people around me, because I've always felt like I was that person in the group that was, oh, Courtney is crunchy. You're so crunchy. Like, oh, you probably don't give your kid this, or you probably don't eat this. And I'm like, always felt like that outcast, or like, whatever. I'm sure you felt that way too.
Yeah.
But I feel like over the past 2 years, especially after becoming a mom, felt like it was very easy to identify, who I might jive with and who I might not, and would love to, go over some of those tips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you make a list?
Of course I made a list.
The lister made a list.
One that I see a lot, I mean, obviously a lot of people, you don't have to be a mom for this, but like having plugged in headphones. If you're like out at a play date or something like that, and for some reason they have headphones in.
Oh, you think they're scrunchy because they're plugged in?
If they're plugged in.
Because they're
Yeah.
EMF. I see.
Yeah. So identifying that, like, hey, maybe I want to go talk to that mom. Because typically,
no Bluetooth headphones.
Right.
Not even like these kinds.
I don't think,
No, these are not Bluetooth, but I'm saying like, the ones that are like out. I'm talking about
like this
the earmuff ones.
Yeah. No.
Even those?
Yeah.
Wow.
I won't do those anymore, because it just sends all these brain waves through your brain going back and forth.
Really?
Yes. We have to do EMFs. That's like season 2.
Maybe I'm not as crunchy as I thought I was. I thought it was just the ones that went like the Apple EarPods.
I'm pretty sure it's
because it's directly in your ear.
No, it's both.
Huh.
Because you're still using Bluetooth.
True.
So
okay,
it doesn't matter either way. So plugged in.
I'll figure it out.
Stay plugged in.
But
you can identify those people like on a playground, or like when you're out and about, or at a grocery store, wherever, that you think they might have a mom.Maybe you talk to that mom. Just strike up a conversation. I don't know.
Okay.
You're like, wow, that sounds scary.
How do you check up? Hey, I noticed you have your earphones plugged in, and I admired that about you.
You can get like a mom boner. Let them know. Ding.
Oh my God.
No, I mean, you're not going to be like, hi, I see that your headphones are plugged in, but like you start a conversation. Like
mine's pretty like low key. I look for snacks.
Snacks is a thing. Yes, I have that on my list.
Yeah, I can see if you have like the fruit bear I see organic
written on it.
Yeah,
Simple Mills.
Yep. or you're giving like whole foods, like organic real fruit and real veggies.
Banana. Yeah.
You whip out like a freshly made sourdough. Like I'm probably gonna be in your corner.
Who is whipping? Has that happened?
Why are you shaming me? I thought we were crunchy. Like, we're so scrunchy together. Oh, it's not weird. And you're like, you bring a fucking sourdough? Yeah, I wanted it. I brought my fucking grass-fed butter too, and a knife. So I whipped up some butter.
Where were you?
On a playground.
You brought like a whole loaf?
I brought a whole loaf. I wanted a sandwich and I didn't want to have to buy bread. I made 4 loaves.
At least you're good at it. I made my first sourdough last night.
Look, if anybody was looking for me, they would know. Who's that bitch over there? Full fucking loaf of sourdough.
If you smell a loaf,
looking like
smell
Aladdin.
some yeast, it's a Aladdin.
Like when she grabs the bread from the market.
Rivers of Boo.
Yeah, she really is.
Oh my gosh, stop. Okay. Yes, snacks for sure.
Yeah, snacks is a
for
good
sure.
one.
I guess I like meeting moms at the grocery store. I don't know, weirdly enough, because
what?
I was gonna say my next
Are you
point.
like? Do you have like a Tinder for moms? What do you mean meeting at the grocery store?
Because I'll look at their carts and see what's in it. Sorry, I didn't finish my thought.
Can you imagine just like cruising past a mom and be like,
it's like
organic veggies, eh?
It's like the upside
Wanna
down
be friends?
It's like the upside down pineapple in a cart, but like for scrunchy moms.
What would be like your go-to? Like you're like, I know this is my person. What item in the cart?
Ooh. That you can see, because you can't really know if it's like that you can see.
What do you mean that you can see? Yes.
I mean, like, okay, fruit, you can't tell if it's organic or not once they put it in the cart.
It literally says organic on the sticker.
Sometimes they don't have stickers, like,
okay.
Fine, like, okay, what if I grab the bananas? Like,
okay,
where's the 9?
Okay.
Is it a 9 or a 4 I see in there? No, like Annie's or Lesser Evil. Like, you can tell that they've done their research and they're grabbing things that are much better
and more expensive.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maple Hill, if they're getting milk, like the organic grass-fed milk.
A2.
Yeah. What else is another one?
They're like the crunchy bougie moms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff.
Okay,
you can strike up conversations, believe it or not.
You can? Have you done this?
Yes.
I'm gonna do a social experiment on you. I'm just gonna videotape you.
I'm really good at it.
We're literally gonna go through. You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can strike up a conversation with anyone in the grocery store. They might not want this conversation, but they're getting it. Okay. And I just walk away.
I need to see this in action.
Okay, you can film it.
Okay.
We can start a Patreon. Okay. So moving on from food, another one is you got to pay attention to what people are posting on social media. So
woof.
That was a big woof.
Yeah, because there's some people I really love that I just don't see eye to eye with on a lot of things.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not.
But it would not make me friends with them. Right.
No, what I'm saying is like, you meet somebody new. Like I had my friend, I'm going to say Emma, met her at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I went and I friended her on Instagram, kind of saw what she was posting, what she was about. And then was able to feel more comfortable with those conversations every time I saw her at the gym.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So not necessarily not liking somebody, but feeling more comfortable to be yourself around somebody else.
Right. Being able to know when to bring up those conversations. And now, like, after the gym, we'll go grocery shopping together and then, like, have fun looking at labels. And, like, we do.
You go grocery shopping. This is
together.
Grocery shopping. something you in grocery shopping with moms. Okay, great.
Yeah. It's fun.
So you meet her first and then you take her grocery shopping. But another...
There's no.
I'm just trying to figure out how you get them. Because with me, you just took me on a hike. You didn't. Really,
I did.
Yeah, you didn't take me grocery shopping.
I figured you were more of a nature girl.
That's great. I am.
See, I looked at your social media.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So you pinned me out. You're like, okay, great.
Yeah. No.
I can hang out. Swipe right.
No, you had said something. I remember actually.
Only moms.
you you had said something like you wanted to get outside more and like take walks, and I was just freshly a new mom and I had a newborn and was like, I need to take walks because I can't work out right now. So I was like, hey,
That was good.
yeah,
I'm glad you asked.
yeah, me too. Look where we are.
I know.
Here we are.
But now I know I'm not the only one.
Oh my gosh, are you jealous?
A little.
Just kidding.
Oh man, what's next?
So I think another one. I feel like you're just gonna make fun of all my.
I'm not making fun of them. I'm laughing because I'm having a good time.
Okay, good. Local crunchy mom Facebook groups. I've never personally. Here's the thing. I've never personally.
Really?
Hold on. I've never met anybody off of them, but if you needed to, they're there.
I didn't even know there was a local country mom Facebook.
Oh, you're not on that one?
No. I would love to be a part of it. I just want to see it.
Send your request.
You're really out there being moms. You are really out. I admire you for this.
What do you? Okay.
Because I am not you're an extrovert. I can see it now. I am not extroverted.
I'm an ambivert. Ambivert.
What is that?
That is both.
No way.
Yes, you can.
I would never walk up to a mom in a grocery store and strike up a conversation. Nor would I go on Facebook and invite some mom I just met on the internet.
No, I said I've never. Okay, wait, I've never done that. But if you really, really need to meet some moms, follow each other, get to know what they're about. Like wait a year maybe. Like feel comfortable.
I'm so weird about catfishing because I watch way too many true crime stuff.
Yeah.
That like that's just not. I'm not
no.
laughing at it. I'm just like it's just funny to me because I am such a like not. It's funny. I'm not an extroverted introvert, but I am definitely like I like being outside. I'm nice to people. People come up to me, but I am not outgoing. I'm not going to be the one that's like gonna whatever. But I am like the sorry, please, thank you. Oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I love your like. I'm just not. I'm an Aquarius. If anybody understands zodiacs, I'm definitely like I'm surface level until I feel safe. Yeah. And then I'm so that it takes me a while. So to just
you're an onion.
I'm an onion. I have layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
What fruit is that? Or a vegetable. What
fruit would be a hi, it's me vegetable? I feel like there's pineapple.
No, they have like a prickly layer. What can you just straight up eat?
An apple.
I'm an apple.
You're an apple mom.
Okay, I'm an apple mom. No, I think local crunchy Facebook groups, like you can kind of drill down in a way, like, this person has a mutual friend with this person. Let me see, like, are they kind of do some investigating,
right? And I think too, where you were going with the social media, right? It's the same kind of the same concept as that last thing. Is that you want to surround your aura. To me, what makes you feel good, exactly. And so being around people who can affirm how you feel, that would definitely make me feel good. So if I was looking for someone to say like, I'm not crazy because I don't feed my kid food dyes. Right. I'm probably I'm gonna want to seek out accounts that affirm that, as well as people maybe local that I want to meet that would have the same values, as opposed to a mom being out with a mom and her being like, just give him a dum-dum, like, you know,
right? Having that conversation and trying to kind of explain why we don't, and feeling the guilt on the other side, right?
Well, because I think what people don't realize is that there's definitely probably a narcissistic crunchy mom out there, but I think for as far as scrunchy goes, I realize I'm the oddball, right? Yeah. And I realize that sometimes because I do things, it makes other people feel uncomfortable, or the cognitive dissonance of, I don't feed my kid Coca-Cola. So if I see if I say that to a mom and that's all she has, I don't want her to feel like I'm
she's
being
a bad mom.
Yeah.
Yes. That is it.
And that's
that
hard.
is it right there. Exactly. Yeah. It's very hard. And it's easier to go over to somebody's house knowing, like, you bring River to my house and I'm like, you're like, she can have anything that's here because I trust that whatever you have in this house is probably good. Right. Like, give her whatever she wants. So yes, that's nice. I actually do have a play date with somebody on the internet next week that I never met, now that I think of it.
You better, I have your contact. I know where you are. No,
she's fine. So this is the thing. This is why I'm going to talk about it. So she actually is friends with a friend that I used to hang out with all the time. like, nothing bad, just we don't live near each other anymore.
Okay.
But she, and then she also goes to the same swim instructor. So like she's a real person.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
And we've talked like a lot over the internet. And I was like, hey, we
Amazing.
should just get the boys together. And she's like, we totally should. Like, what's your schedule?
Yeah.
Like it can be very natural.
That's also fine though too, is like being able to find somebody who has a spouse that also your spouse gets along with in that
That
realm.
is the hardest.
So tough.
Yes.
So tough.
So tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin doesn't like anybody.
Neither does PJ.
So yeah. But now we have a little like group text.
Great.
Yeah. So we're good.
Let me know how it is with her.
Okay. I will.
Maybe you guys start a podcast.
Are you jealous again? What's up? Okay, here's the thing. I think I'm like this because I was in sales before, so it's very easy. Like I had to learn like how to talk to anybody, any personality type, and like you have to have you really just have to have a I don't give a fuck mentality. Like no matter what, if someone's like get away from me, I'm like okay.
Yeah.
Like
I'm morally. I used to sell like Kirby vacuums.
oh my gosh,
I did that for like 2 minutes, and then I was like, I can't.
No, that's hard. That's different.
I felt like I was cheating people. So I was like, I can't do it.
You have to find something
I never
you love.
did well in sales.
Well, yeah, like, but you usually typically love yourself, so you're just selling yourself to people. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna let you take one because my list is apparently. I don't
have a list.
Okay, so anyways,
I just go with the flow. That's the Aquarius in me. I just go with the flow. Like someone will write me. I'm like, hey, what's up? I go with vibes. So if I'm out at a general thing where okay, so like you're my friend, and if you start hanging out with this girl you met on the internet. And
we have a lot of mutual
she becomes
friends.
Great.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you're awesome. You guys hanging out. And you're like, hey, we're going to go to the farmer's market, whatever, together. Do you want to come? Right. Those are the times where I would meet by mutual influence.
Yeah.
I don't typically seek out other people. The older I've gotten, the more I've reclused.
Yeah.
I guess. But I think I've always been that way. Now that I look back on it, I've always been that way. I've always had a few good friends.
Yeah.
And then, either I move out of town or, I move into a different life phase and then there's a different group. But it's always very similar with me where I can name a handful of people that I would call and count on.
Yeah.
So I'm not, I don't have a list because I just, I feel like I find these people somehow organically in my life and then we just gravitate toward each other and that's it. And I hold on to them.
Right. So I don't wake up every morning and say, I'm going to the grocery store to find my new friend. That's not,
sure?
No.
It's cool if you do, bro. I'm the hippie. You do what you do. I have no judgment. I admire that you are so outgoing because that is, I'm laughing because I literally can't imagine doing it myself. I would feel so goofy.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
But you are, and I have to see it. I gotta see how. I would love to see you be like, "Hey, I love what's in your cart."
Hey,
I mean,
those organic avocados.
Hey, maybe I'll learn something.
No, but just like I don't set out to have an agenda of meeting new friends. I think when I moved from one area of Nashville to another, and I think at the beginning, yes, like I did want to make new friends in this area because where we moved to was a little bit more.
Right.
I mean, reclusive, right? But no, I look at it as opportunities. Like I'm not going to love every single person, but like, you've got to test out the boundaries,
right?
Or not boundaries, but test out the waters with different people to really figure out, do you fit or not?
True.
I mean, you don't have to hang out with them a second time.
True. Because here's the thing, when we were talking about life phases, right? There's a lot of friends that I have that I could count as really, really good friends that we don't see eye to eye on either parenting or the part of parenting that is
right
how we feed our children.
Yeah.
Right. So, and it does make it a little bit harder to go out because, we may not have the same offerings as if someone who is much more conscious of that is with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. I do think that there is a good need to branch out and find those people that have like-mindedness.
Yeah.
I tend to have a very eclectic group because I feel like, like I came from Philly. I lived on an island after college. I moved to St. Thomas for a bit. So then after that, I was in Miami and then Nashville. And so I feel like I have all these life phases of like, you know, like Philly Brittainy is just totally not Miami Brittainy. It's just totally not St. Thomas, you know, weed smoking, you know, life is good on the beach Brittainy.
Yeah.
And then even in Nashville, right? And when I became a mom, a lot of those things changed. And so those people I still love.
Yeah.
But some of those people don't have kids, so it's harder to hang out.
That's another one
Mm-hmm.
is, do you have a kid? Like, it's really hard for me to hang out with my friends that don't have kids sometimes because they're like, come over to my house. I'm like, is your house baby proof?
Yeah.
Like, it's really, really hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, trying to find that.
And I feel like no one will outwardly say it, but it does. There are people that we are friends with that don't understand.
Right.
If you don't have a kid, right? It's hard for them to be like, why can't you just leave the house?
Right.
Right.
I was one of those people. There were so many things that I'm like, why can't we just hang out? And like, why do you have to be home for bedtime? But now I get it. I'm like, I want to be home for every bedtime. Like,
right.
you know? So, all right. The next one.
Oh, you have more than.
I have 3 more.
Whoa. Okay. I'm done.
I think I found that the tribe that I have now, in a weird way, they all go to the same doctor.
Yes, I do. I do think that too. So
Yeah.
we all start meshing in the same, not even just healthcare, but just like things in general, like child places where kids hang out, your provider, your schools, even.
Mhm. Yep.
Right? You start really starting to see everybody kind of being in the same circle. It's like a magnetic effect.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I found that. So if you're ever in your doctor's office, you can strike up a conversation.
You know what? If you ever find Courtney, she will strike up a conversation.
I
with
will.
you.
Yeah. So
If she does,
don't be
that's how
afraid.
you know that she likes you.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
I don't, then
Ooh, watch out.
look inward. I'm kidding. Chiropractor too. If you find out that they're going to a chiropractor, like, oh, we go to a chiropractor, like a random, they're probably crunchy.
Really?
I think so, for sure.
I thought chiropractic is like, I don't know. I know people who are super modern that go to chiropractors.
I mean, it's not
I
foolproof.
felt like it was more conventional.
No, I don't
No?
think so. I mean, yes, maybe. I don't know.
The chiropractor I go to is definitely crunchy.
Okay.
Right? She does muscle testing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay. I'll give you that.
Well, a
one.
lot of people like are afraid of chiropractors and they don't believe in them. Is what I found in like the modern people that believe more.
I thought
believe
that
in
was
more
an
in
older
modern.
view. You still think in
I
our
think
age group that happens? Okay.
Okay. Okay. The gym. The gym is a big one for me. I'll say I go to Burn Boot Camp, and that's a great place to meet other moms because they have their childcare included in their unlimited membership, or actually their membership in general. So if you have a kid, there's no extra fee. So a lot of moms go there because they don't have to wait until their spouses get home from work, or they don't have to go at 5 a.m, right? And typically they go in a routine every single day. So I think that that's a really good gym to look at and meet people.
Or gyms
because
that have childcare. Yeah.
yeah, because
Okay.
they legit, you know, it's health
You
and
guys-
wellness.
right. You guys have the same value.
Yeah, like health and wellness is a priority to them. So you can probably find people that you know,
You jive with.
I actually had someone who came up to me yesterday and was like, "Hey, where'd you get that cow? I need to buy that cow, the cow that we
got it.
split."
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey," so they're like, you end up following each other on Instagram and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you can kind of have those conversations. It takes time. You can't just make a friend immediately. It's a dance that you have to go through. It's not
Yeah.
going to happen overnight. It's like you test out the waters,
Right.
kind of thing.
And I think that's in general, even if you're scrunchy or not, or what, your values, it is true. Obviously, you want to introduce yourself and your children to diversity in multiple facets, right? Religion, gender, race, sex, whatever. It's fundamentally, are you guys on the same page? That's what's hard.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because if you're not at a place of respect, of saying, even if you don't feed your kids, even if you fed your kid food dye, right?
Yeah.
And you liked going on hikes, and you're into health and wellness, and you generally lived a healthy lifestyle. And we were friends, and we respected each other. As long as I know that you're never going to cross that line,
Mm-hmm.
and that's hey, that's something that she does, and that's cool. Whatever, I do this, and that's cool. We don't judge each other. That makes it easy. But I think a lot of times when you don't walk the similar path of choices in parenting. Some, and this is coming from like, I'll say the biggest one is the vaccine world, right? The anti-vaxxers versus the vaxxers. Because at the end of the day, what you're basically saying to one or the other is that you're making a life-altering decision for your child. And that is a hard step for the other parent to hear, regardless of what shot you're on.
Right.
Nobody wants to be told that they're a bad parent. Right. Or feel like they are. And so I think that's when there are like fundamental issues where you're like, I can't cross this bridge with you and still have a respectful relationship. That's when you're like, I need to kind of move on. But I think in general, moms they just want friends, right?
Yeah.
A lot of us are really fucking lonely.
Yeah.
You know, we're really all walking through building the next generation of human life together and trying to figure out what that is. And there is a movement now of women who are, you know, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's a movement now of women who do not want to have children. What I think is wrong with it is when they maim other people who have children, right? There's a couple content creators out there that I can think of that are like, I get to have a free, you know, do whatever I want and have a free whatever, and I'm happy. And studies show that, you know, 90% of the people who have kids regret it, right? If you're going to talk to me like that, then you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Because I don't regret having my child. And I know that there is a shift in priorities that comes with childhood. What I do or I need to hear from someone is, hey, how can I help you and support you and be there for you?
Right.
And so in that walk of motherhood, it's really hard because you have an idea of how you want to be supported. Just like in any relationship, you have an idea of how you want to be loved, what your love language is. And that applies to your friendships and motherhood. And then it also, what makes it more complicated is that it then seeps onto your child because your child's now involved in this relationship too, because their kids are playing with your kids.
Right.
And I think that's what we're trying to get at is there are places to meet people and put yourself out there and really find people who make you feel safe, because ultimately we are social creatures and we need each other as we move forward in life.
100%.
And there's nothing better than people that affirm who you are with each other's lifestyles. And that way your kids ultimately have much more of a social life as well.
But you also, like, you also need to have people that are willing to challenge. Like, you don't want to be stuck in a box and not growing. You need to have people that are saying, hey, have you ever thought about it like this? Or, hey, this is why I do this. Or like, you have to be open to, different thought processes.
When I say, and I don't know, we don't obviously talk a lot about, lifestyle and politics. But when I say I'm in the middle on a lot of things, I'm truly in the middle on a lot of things. I really don't. I pride myself on not having an always and never statement, right? Because things aren't always and they aren't never.
Right.
And in those situations, I love when I can meet somebody that can teach me something too.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not set in I'm set in no food dyes, right? Because I know I've gone down that road and I know.
Right.
But I mean, like, there's other things of
the circumcision conversation that we had is a good example.
Right. There's always room to learn from somebody who may be a little bit different than you. But again, it comes back to fundamental. Can I respect this person in this space and still learn from them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. The last one I had, I think we kind of went over it. Playgrounds. Oh no,
you meet moms at playgrounds.
Yeah, you can meet.
Yes.
And
that's
again,
harder.
That is hard because you're like, don't.
There's so many different types of moms at playground.
Yeah. Okay, and also these things too. Like, I realize that I have literally said, hey, I'm going to meet you at a grocery store. I'm not getting their number that first time. If I run back into you again, like somewhere else or in the grocery store again, then you can continue that conversation.
Oh, so you have like the basis of motherhood dating.
Wait, what?
Your like first base is meeting them.
Oh,
second
yeah.
base is...
Yeah. It's like if we keep running into each other. Yeah. Like, it's not hey, like, let me get your number kind of thing. It's like, okay, I'm seeing you around town. I'm kind of seeing what you're doing.
You take things slow.
I do. Slow burn.
Slow burn.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Just open my legs to.
Wow. Anyway,
hey, you were talking about
on this episode of Only Moms.
Only Moms. Should we change the title?
Truth Moms.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Playgrounds is probably the only place I disagree with.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody's in their own zone.
Even if it's third base?
What?
If you
you're going to the playground with that mom?
No, I'm saying like you've seen them at the grocery store. You've maybe seen them at the indoor playground.
Well, now I feel like they're stalking me.
Well, no, I mean
they're at all these places, and then I'm pushing my kid, and then I see this mom walk up, and she's like, "Oh, hey, fancy you being here." I'd be like, "Do you have my location?"
Yeah, but I'm talking like a month or two later.
Yeah, weird.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, I was like,
no, you're right. If I randomly run into it and I still have great conversation, I agree.
Yes,
but for the most part, like. The playground is a very anxious spot for me. I will say I did meet a mom at my, at our neighborhood playground.
Okay.
That I really loved.
Yeah.
And then again, we ran into each other because the pool is.
See, you are doing it.
But that she talked to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
she was the instigator of the relationship.
Okay.
And we bonded over spicy food.
Okay.
Yeah.
See?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is she now? You said I think you're using past tense.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't have her location.
I don't have her location. Yeah. You're right. There are moments, but again, it was like there's a vibe. There's just a vibe.
Oh yeah, there's always a vibe, but I think you have to just pay attention to the world around you. Is basically what I'm getting at. Is like where you're at, and I think it's different for you than it is for me. Like I'm a stay-at-home mom, so it's like. I'm going to these places in this little area and I'm seeing the same faces all day, every day. So I'm running into people a lot more. So it could be harder for somebody that's not, but just pay attention to the moms around you because you never know. They might become your friends.
You never know.
Yeah.
You could have new mom friends and maybe we'll be there at your local grocery store running down the aisle and admiring your cart.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Yeah.
On Truth Moms.
On Truth Moms, it'll be season 2.
Holy crap. We're moving into season 2.
Yes.
This is the last episode.
This is the last episode of season 1. What was that? Bing.
Bing bong. I was trying to do like
Bing bong.
Beep boop. There's no I didn't know like like sound effects in my head.
Insert sound effects.
That did not happen. Like a fireworks like
yeah. No, this is it went quick, huh?
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
We did it.
And we still like each other.
Yeah.
Wow. This relationship's getting intense.
Yeah. We do see each other a lot more.
Yeah. I think next season we're going to really work on is much more of a storytelling format.
Yes.
And we'd love to have some guests on. And this was kind of like a cool fun first season to be like, what's up? What can we do?
Get to know us.
Yeah, figure out the space that we're in.
Yeah.
And now I think we're looking to interview especially the moms in the spaces that we talked about, doulas and health advocates and nurses or, people in spaces that we frequent maybe have a little bit of controversy as well. So, so tune in to next season and hope that you guys enjoyed it and that we didn't bore you too much.
Or offend.
Or vent. maybe it vented.
Yeah.
But yeah, follow us, like us on Instagram, TikTok. And as always, we will probably, as we move into season 2, we'll probably ask for some opinions. So if you guys have any,
yes,
now's your chance to share it.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.